Shouts out to Bird if you're still there. I'm sorry I didn't go live quickly enough. Bird was on break and just waiting. I was taking my goddamn sweet time trying to wait for more people to show up into the waiting room. Sitting there drinking my cider. Trying to get myself toasty and ready to play some motherfucking video games again. Y'all, welcome. Hello, Sock Rapid and Zydias in early and Sayakamiki. Hello. Let me go ahead and click over to the game, and now we're animal well. Yeah, as usual, this will be a live stream where I'll rant about anything anybody wants me to rant about as I go along playing my video games. I've got Switch controllers to play with this time. Last time I played this game live, I was using the keyboard, and it was really difficult. I didn't do nothing. I don't even actually remember where I am in this game. It's been a hot minute. This seems familiar. Yeah, I remember this. Okay. This room oddly doesn't feel familiar, even though I'm sure. I mean, I obviously went here for the save point, but when I turned on the game, I was kind of like, did I come to this room? What the hell is this place? But yeah, I found out that the Joy-Cons are Bluetooth because Bird told me. It's like, you can just use Joy-Cons, and I was like, but I don't wanna. I wanna use my Xbox controller. But my Xbox controller is broken, so it's this. Oops. I kind of get myself reused to the controls and how everything works in this game. Okay, I keep pressing the Y button, but I want the X button. I know it says Y on the screen, but it is in fact the X button that makes this happen. What is this question? There's a person named A who said, Digi, do you EC? EC? I don't go by Digi anymore. It's Trixie now. Trixie. Post-transition, And we don't use the same names around here. But, I don't know what the fuck you are asking. Damn, I don't have no more. Oh, wait, there's one right there. Plop. Big firecracker. Throw a firecracker. Oh, I didn't hit the thing. I wanted to hit that what looks like explosive there. What do I have to do to make a firecracker respawn, I wonder? Maybe it's a timed thing. This game is so fucking ethereal that I haven't played it since the last time I recorded myself playing it, which had to have been at least a week ago. So it's like, it's trippy because there's like my brain is picking up on like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember seeing this. Oh yeah, this is what it was like. But it's also kind of like seeing it for the first time, so there's still a freshness of like, wow, this is so like weird and aesthetic and trippy, and the level design is pretty unique. It's I've compared it heavily to the game You Have to Win the Game because that's what it reminds me of the most, but it's basically if you took that concept way farther, and especially in the aesthetics department. But yeah, forgive me if I end up doing stuff I already did, because I don't really remember. What? Oh, right. boy. I remember this being like the first part of the game that really had firecrackers, so I know I'm not in like a new area, but this is the type of game where you kind of do got to go back through everything over and over again, figuring out what all of it means. I know there's like a switch in here to lift this block. I can't remember exactly where. Didn't want to have to use a firecracker on it, but whatever. It's not going. Oh, there we go. Well, anyway, y'all, if you want me to rant about anything, just let me know. Send along them super chats. I'll rant about whatever. It's hard for me to come up with something to say on my own while I'm also concentrated on the game, so, you know, any kind of rant request would be heavily appreciated for that reason. Not just because of the money, but also the content. It seems more like a keyboard type of game. Not at all. Not at all. Not in my opinion, anyway. I mean, when you start up the game, it literally tells you this game is best enjoyed with a controller. But to me, doing precision jumps with a directional pad is way more difficult than doing precision jumps with a joystick, because you can kind of instinctively pull back, you know? Wrong button. Whereas I keep hitting that fucking... Nope. Okay. I should have realized that would happen. I should be able to make this jump. Okay. Now if I hit this switch, I think it'll switch the platforms under me that I'm currently standing on. So I want this switch because there's a platform under it. And then that one reverses it back. Do I want to go up there? No, because that... Okay, it blocks off up there. Which means I'd have to throw my discus from the second platform, have it bounce off the wall to hit this, and then ascend, which I'm pretty sure I haven't done before. But I don't know if I can get up there without also using the discus. Okay. Okay, so if I throw it from... No. Damn it. Hey, Roger Ramos with the $5. Thank you very much. Rant about American culture between post 9/11 and pre-2007 market crash / first iPhone. I always feel nostalgic about that time. I'm 30, by the way. Interesting period of choice. It's interesting to me how much like the iPhone is regarded as having like changed culture overnight, because it took a while for people to actually have them. Like, I didn't even have any kind of cell phone until I was in college, which would have, I guess, 2009. I would have got like a flip phone, you know, and then maybe 2010 or 11, I like got a hand-me-down smartphone. I carried an iPod Touch for a brief period before I even had a smartphone. But yeah, like, I definitely feel like post 9/11 affected American culture just tremendously. Like, you know, it gets talked about a lot because it really was that big of a deal. Oh, I have done this already. Okay, I remember this being one of the last things I did before actually stopping last. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I could do here. But yeah, like, I was in 5th grade when 9/11 happened, and it didn't really mean anything to me at the time because I'd never heard of the World Trade Center. Like, I was told about the number of deaths, and I didn't really comprehend, like, how, like, is that a lot, you know? Like, what is a lot of deaths kind of thing? Like, um, it just didn't really register to me, except that it was being talked about a lot on the news. And to me, the cultural impact was much more felt in the war in Iraq coming after that, where, there became all this stigma towards basically like rampant Islamophobia in America. There became a just a like a warlike culture where, when I was growing up, the difference between the right and the left was whether or not you wanted war. Now it doesn't seem like anybody wants war, thankfully, but well, there's some people, there's some fucking psychos on both sides who do, but for the most part, we're in a time where people are like, actually, every time we go to war, everybody gets fucked over, and maybe we shouldn't celebrate that and make that such a thing we're so into. But yeah, like, I just think in the 2000s, it really felt like the stances were either pro or anti-war, in the Middle East, and eventually, like, it got to a point where I think once we got into the Obama era, it became clear that, like, fewer people believed in that conflict than fewer people did believe in it than didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Why is this so hard to hit? I just wasted all 3 of my fucking thingies. How do I fucking hit this thing? I thought for sure one of the sparks would catch onto it. I didn't realize that it had such a difficult throwing arc. But yeah, so like what I remember the 2000s culture being was very much about the war, and particularly, my mom became the world's largest System of a Down fan at this time. So, like, the anti-war messaging was, like, a pretty heavy, like, a thing I was very familiar with, was people talking about the politics of the era as I kind of grew up listening to System of a Down talk about what the government was doing wrongly at that time, So, like, to me, the culture was very much, like, people who trust the government versus people who don't. And now it's more of a, like, nobody trusts the government, but, we just want a politician who doesn't come off as a total idiot. But we can't find one of those, so. God damn it. Trying to think of what else I think of when I think early 2000s. Like, I think of, yeah. The big hit song of, like, 2003. It was fucking everywhere. That song was inescapable. Alright, I'm gonna fucking get killed by these goddamn dogs. Justice with $5. Thank you very much. Add your take on Demon Days by Gorillaz to this convo. I know you've heard it since you had a plastic beach vinyl in some of your old vlogs. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised I haven't been asked about Gorillaz more often, because I don't feel like I've talked about them very much. And they're incredibly influential, both on me and just in general. So I've been like a day one Gorillaz fan. I can literally remember the first time I saw Clint Eastwood on TV, which may very well have been the first time it was played on TV. Because I don't think it was played that often. Oh, I hadn't been here yet, I guess. I didn't realize that was an open chest. I just assumed I had already gotten that. I guess I forgot what the open chest graphic looks like compared to the closed chest graphic. Anyway, yeah, Clint Eastwood, huge influence on me. Del remains a big influence and a very important artist to me. you know, I had their first album. I listened to it a decent amount, although I was kind of, at the time, like, let down that more of it wasn't. Well, it's not that I minded that it wasn't hip-hop. I liked that it was a rock album, too, and had all these different stuff, because it was all genres I was into. But that so many of the songs were, like, kind of experimental and, like, slow. You know, they weren't, like, tight songs the way that Clint Eastwood had been, or Rock the House, or 19-2000, which were all the singles, you know, and I was really into those songs. So when Demon Days came about, I never owned a copy. I actually don't own a copy of Demon Days, weirdly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever owned a physical copy of it, which is kind of odd. Ah, neat. So then I'll have to get another one for this trap too, right? Or no? Okay, yeah. Interesting. Do I still have the match? Is that a permanent item? Because I know that I've run into... Okay, I do. Awesome, because there's a bunch of candles I've run into. I don't know how you reuse a match, but I'm not going to complain. I really thought I had explored this room before, but I guess not really. Anyway, yeah, like, when Demon Days came out, I never ended up owning a copy, but I believe a friend gave me a burned copy. I don't even fucking remember who. I don't remember who the hell gave me a burned copy of Demon Days in 2004. But I had a burned copy. It was definitely after the singles had, or at least, like, I know I had heard Feel Good Inc. and whatever the second single, it was not El Mañana, was it? I don't think so. Anyway, somebody burned me the CD, and the weirdest thing about it is that they had cut off the second half of the song Demon Days, like where it becomes the gospel song. So for like years, I had no idea that existed at all until I finally like downloaded I think I found out that the song's runtime was supposed to be like twice as long. And I was like, what the fuck? And then, found the actual version. And I was like, what the shit? Why did mine cut off? And I'd always thought it was a weird, like the song just cuts off very abruptly. I thought that was a strange thing about the album, that its last song just kind of ends. And it's like, that's not the case at all. I don't know if it was like that person just didn't like that part of the song or what. I don't know what it was, but I don't know what was the reasoning. But yeah, I didn't know that Demon Days had a second half for a long time. But suffice it to say, I ran that album into the fucking ground. I can in my head just listen to that album. I don't have to listen to it. I could sit here right now and I could, in real time, just like stare at the wall and think the whole Demon Days album. Without question, I could do that. I can hear a lot of it like rolling through my head. You know, I can hear the blink, 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 blink. Are we the dating, living dating? Are we the ding, clink, 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 clink? You know, like I hear it all going in my brain. But as much as I've loved that album and as deeply embedded as it is into my consciousness, now it's kind of almost white noise to me to actually listen to a lot of it. Like I think every song on it is dope, but like I'll kind of just dissociate through the first few songs a lot of the time, and then like kind of wake up when Every Planet We Reach Is Dead comes on, which is probably my favorite song on the album. Oh, okay, I see what I have to do here. Oh shit, I didn't expect that. Oh fuck, how far away was that? God damn it. Where was I? Shit, this is the first time I've been like, uh-oh. I don't know how to get back to that spot I was in. I think I might. Okay, it should be like just this way. But yeah, I ran Demon Days into the ground. A lot of it because that was the first era where That album came out when I was like 13 going on 14, which is when I was first starting to experience depression and like first starting to have gender anxiety and spending a lot of time just in my thoughts and in my feelings. And so I had a hard time like doing stuff, like finding the will within me to play a video game, for instance. So I fell in love with music in part because it is so passive. It's just something you can kind of let happen. And then I would like sit in my room and watch Victor play video games, and I would play music. So when I think of like Demon Days as an early experience, I inevitably think about like watching Victor play Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean on GameCube, because that's what he was playing at one of the times I was listening to Demon Days. Similarly, I associate... Oh, so that light unlocked that door. That's super interesting. Okay. Like, I got into 2005, I think, Coheed and Cambria, with In Keeping Secrets. And, like, I remember... every time I think about that era, I remember that Victor was playing Radiata Stories on PS2 while I was listening to Coheed for the first time. But yeah, with Gorillaz, it would have been like Baten Kaitos and, probably listen to it a lot while playing Halo, among other things. But I would usually listen to heavier music while playing shooter games. But the great thing about Gorillaz, especially Demon Days, is that it's so accessible to so many types of music fans that, like, I've never had, like, a social situation where it's inappropriate to play Gorillaz, like any friend I ever had who didn't already know the band, I could get into them and they would become as big of a fan as I was. So it's just like, to me, basically the most accessible music that you could conceive of, Oh, fuck, this fucking stalagmite blocked the door. Maybe I can break it from the other side if I keep letting it get hit. I hadn't even considered breaking these things until I got up there. But yeah, like, it's just so accessible to, anybody who likes rock or hip hop probably can find something to like about, or pop, about Gorillaz. Demon Days was definitely the height of my being a huge Gorilla fan. I can even remember, like, when I went to, I've talked about going to an inner city school for a while where I really struggled to make friends, but I do remember one of my most pleasant memories of that time was we had this one class that was like basically like intro to school, like school skills type thing, like you're in high school now, you got to learn how to be a high school student type of a class. It was just like an old blowhard fucking ranting forever. It was very, very boring, very pointless class. It wasn't a class where you really learn anything. But I had the kid who sat next to me, I started talking to him and found out he was a Gorillaz fan. And so there was a point where the two of us literally sat there and just, like, recited the entirety of the first two albums, like, in order, song for song. Because I just kept going. Like, he kept getting, kind of nervous and getting quiet, and then I would just keep going. Eventually, he'd pick back up, and stuff. It was just... I was just so excited to have something that I cared about to do more than being in that class. But, yeah, that was the closest I ever did come to having a friend there. But the few people who I would have been friends with at that school really did not want the reputational damage of being friends with me, so... I don't blame them for this. But, it was sad at the time. But yeah, I think Demon Days was... My biggest complaint about early Gorillaz albums is the lack of crediting. Like, they were... Because, I understand they were trying to make it feel like Gorillaz was a band and not... But... Whenever a rapper would come in, like on the first album, it was just Del is the voice of the rap. So if that had maintained forever, if it had just always been Del, it could have kept that idea of a band. But as soon as Dell wasn't on the project anymore, and you have, I can't even remember who's on All Alone. Like, I've never learned their name because, again, at the time I had no idea who any of these people were. I just, would hear these songs and be like, oh, that's cool, but who the fuck are these people? Eventually I found out who MF Doom was, but for a long time I was just totally clueless. Even though, like, the fact that he's on November Has Come, like, massively influential song. I know all the lyrics to it, On Me. So, like, when I shout out MF Doom, I'm shouting him out basically just because he's on November Has Come, and that is such an important track to me, Not that I'm saying he's not good in general, but I'm by no means the biggest Doom fan. Yeah, so, like, November Has Come is one of my favorite songs on there. Every Planet We Reach Is Dead is probably my outright favorite, just because it's got that epic grandiosity, the whole ending bit where it just really picks up. El Mañana is really good. Fire Coming Out of a Monkey's Head I like a lot, especially because it gave me sort of influence to do that kind of storytelling music, Not that I've really done anything nearly like that. Let me see what you people have been talking about in the chat while I've been ranting about this. I really went off into my own world with that. Demon Days is so that era? Yeah, for sure. Like, actually, yeah, that kind of is a answer to the first rant, too, isn't it? About the whole post 9/11 pre-iPhone era. Like, Demon Days is, like, my definition of 2004 culture. The funniest thing about that year is that the biggest song I can remember from 2004 was about 1985. Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana. You know that one. That song was fucking everywhere that year. Bowling for Soup. I think that was Bowling for Soup. Which I think even then it was already a cover song. Like, it wasn't even like a new song at the time. Oh, wait, why didn't the light kill that guy last time? I guess I should have paid more attention to what actually happened in that room before I went back there. I hate that the save point is so fucking far away from this challenge, though, unless there's maybe one closer that I haven't discovered. Blah, blah, blah. Right, I was reading the chat and catching up on what you were saying about Demon Days. You remember seeing Clint Eastwood pretty often here on MTV? It was pretty mind-blowing. Yeah, it didn't play as much here. I think it probably played more worldwide than it did here. But what was great about Gorillaz was they had their whole website set up where you could just go and, like, even in 1999 when the internet was not popular, I was, like, one of the only... This was part of how I got into the internet, is I was on, like, Pokemon.com and Gorillaz.com, like, even before forums, before doing anything social online. Like, I started off on the internet because all the stuff I liked had cool websites, where you could play games and shit. So, yeah, I definitely... I never got back into... Like, after the first album, I think too much transpired in the story without me paying attention for me to keep up with the story. I never ended up buying the book because it was just really expensive, the Rise of the Ogre book. But I did get a chance to read most of it from a friend at one point who let me borrow it. This is kind of a weird specific question. Do you think you consider rapping over J-Rock songs like in Dear Future? Thought it blended really well with your style of rapping. I would, but the only problem I have with doing that kind of stuff is I can't put it anywhere, and I can't sell it. Like, I love emotional anime raps. Those are two of my favorite, things I've done. But I can't, like, put them on Spotify. Like, they're technically illegal songs. Dear Future's an illegal song. That's why I've, like, done remakes of it. Like, you can find the, on the old school underground remix tape where I redid Dear Future just to have a version that I could, like, that wasn't, like, copyright material. It's still not a beat I actually have the rights to, so it's it's still not something I could like sell, but at least it wouldn't get blocked if I put it up somewhere. As for the question of how I feel about Plastic Beach, that would have to be a whole other rant request. So if you want to put in for that, you can, but this was strictly a Demon Days conversation. Yeah, mega nostalgic. And again, almost like white noise to me because I've heard it so many times that it's playable within my brain. Upside down egg. What the fuck? Can I not just turn it right side up? How is the egg innately upside down? Oh, man. Catching up on some chat. Oh, yeah, Cartoon Network game sites. I did play some of that stuff, too. Does anybody remember... Andre 3000 had a very brief-lived show called Class of 3000 on Cartoon Network. And there was a Class of 3000 Flash game that was basically like BandLab or like GarageBand. Like it was, a bunch of sound samples and you could just make songs with them. It was literally teaching you how to use a digital audio workstation. Thank you, Andre 3000. That taught me how to use it. That taught me that I could make music. Like, eventually I used GarageBand to make the same type of shit, and now I use FL Studio, so it's like literally level 1 FL Studio is the Class of 3000 game, and it wasn't around for very long. But super dope. Justice with $2. Plastic Beach. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Ring the bell as well. Please don't cry. And I don't remember the rest of the... Oh, that just led me back here? Well, that's kind of disappointing, but it also suggests to me that I can take that upside down egg and do something with it somewhere back. Like, it doesn't want me to go forward. I shouldn't have dropped there. That was luck. So yeah, about Plastic Beach. When Plastic Beach first came out, I had been a bit let down. Like, it took me... I had to warm up to it. And I think it's partly that it kind of has a different feel, a different tone from Demon Days and the first album. It's hyper maximal, which you would think would have made it immediately even more of my thing, because that's what I like about Gorillaz, is that the music is so maximal most of the time. But like, I think it was just a little bit overwhelming to me at first, and especially because it has so many features. Like, it was just it was the first one that they did that was like, all right, every single song is going to have, somebody on it, and every single song is going to be going in kind of a different sonic direction, and none of them were. It's funny, at the time this probably made it more difficult, but it eventually became the appeal of the album, is that none of them are really genre specific. Like, on the first album, you've got like, okay, well, this is like a punk song, or this is like our take on a dance song or whatever. And the second album pushed it a little further into the abstract, but it was more tonally one note, I guess, in comparison to Plastic Beach. I feel like Plastic Beach it's just a riskier album in the sense that it's less likely that you're going to enjoy every single song on it because they are so different. But over time, certain tracks really grew on me. There's certain just stuff that's interesting. Like, I love Bobby Womack has 2 features on the album, and I believe he's dead now, rest in peace. But like, he's got just this weird ass fucking voice that I think works super well for the tone of Gorillaz music. And I think it would always be weird if somebody showed up like more than twice on a Gorillaz album. You'd be like, what the hell? Is this person a part of the band now? But showing up twice, like, it's like, it makes it feel like that artist's personality is like endemic to the music. And so, you know, Dell being on the first album twice made it feel like he was an inherent part of the experience. I don't remember if the second album has anybody who shows up twice like that, but the third one, it's got Bobby Womack, and I feel like his weird voice encapsulates the vibe of that album perfectly, you know? I have always, so I guess I'll just think about, I'm trying to think of it like track for track, right? Because I like the Snoop Dogg feature on the first song. It's a good, just like, get you into the vibe, you know, just a vibe check kind of a song, putting you into the state of mind to listen to the album. And then I honestly think it peaks with track 2. White Flag is my favorite song on Plastic Beach. It's two rappers having way lots of fun with this concept, with like a very kind of tongue-in-cheek, odd concept of, you know, like being on the plastic beach. It by far gives the most definition to what the concept of Plastic Beach is. Like, that song makes it very clear what the themes of the album are, what it's all about, which also kind of sets it apart from the previous two because they were very vague, you know. The first album almost deliberately lacks a theme. The second one is kind of protest music. Like, it's clearly, a lot of it's about the war, a lot of it's about, you know, pollution and stuff, but, like, Plastic Beach really is, like, making it clear what they're talking about. So in that way, it kind of feels like it was the full circle moment for Gorillaz. Like, it was the, like, all right, we've now identified what Gorillaz is. This is what Gorillaz is. And it's kind of stayed that way since. And it's been hard for me to get into any Gorillaz project since Plastic Beach, because I have kind of felt like it's never gone in a more interesting direction than that. You know, like, oh, okay, I haven't been here yet. This is creepy as fuck, but there's a shiny in the middle, so we're gonna head for the shiny. Oh, that's just where the water's hitting. Am I about to light this and a boss battle's gonna start? Am I about to start a fucking boss fight? Dash and Scan, I'll get to your super chat in a moment, but I gotta see if this is a boss fight real quick. How do I light it? Oh, I don't have the candle anymore. Was it like a 1 or 2 time use thing? Because I still had it after the first time I used it, but now I don't seem to have it anymore. Okay, well, I opened up that gate over there, so that's cool. Shit. Maybe I won't fight whatever this... Because there's clearly something hanging in midair there, right? Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have anything else I have to say about Plastic Beach before I forget. Not really. It's a really solid album. Dash and Scam with $5. Would it be more helpful for a critic to make personalized recommendations to people after interviewing them instead of just public reviews? It would be more helpful to that person. I mean, the difficulty with that for the critic is, like, that person would need to personally, like, pay them an amount that was equivalent to whatever they would get out of, you know, making a public review. And I don't think there's many people who would be able to afford that or be willing to pay that, you know? Oh, this is cute. Okay, I see what must be done now. Nope. Well, that's fine. You can do that too. This is a cute puzzle. Because there's a big hamster thing involved. Or mouse thing. I like fucking with these mice things. They're funny. They're like, oh, I want to get you. Oh, I want to get you. Oh, I can't get you. Oh, I can't get you. Okay, I fucked it up. Yeah, so I've given lots of personalized recommendations to people, and I definitely think it is the better way to give recommendations. Like, I don't think reviews will ever be as helpful to any, you know, individual viewer as it would be to, you know, have someone fucking think about how I'm doing this for a second. Okay, so, oh no, I want him to get onto that third layer and then stay there so that I can lift the thing above him. There we go. Then come over here. That's really funny. They made you do that just so you could see him stop right before the end. That's clever. I love that. Yeah, so when it comes to recommendations, I would say I've been doing recommendations longer than I've been doing reviews, in the sense that, you know, people ask you what to watch and you tell them what you think they should watch, you know, whether it be in real life or online. And the biggest problem I ran into is people won't fucking watch the shit. Like, you could recommend somebody something, but if they never get around to actually watching it, it makes me feel like I wasted my time trying to sell them on this thing, you know? And then I feel dumb. So, you know, I would say that I started doing more broad scope reviews and stuff because, like, in part because it's upsetting to me if I make a recommendation to somebody and they don't, then, you know, go consume the thing or even investigate it. And I just had a lot of that experience, both online and offline, of people, oh yeah, I'll definitely check that out, and, you know, they never do. And it's to me, it's almost like hurtful. Like, it makes it difficult for me to even talk to that person afterwards, because it's like, really, you respect me so little that you couldn't even. How long did I spend talking to you about this thing that I wanted you to check out? You know, like, all right. So you know, if I'm gonna give somebody recommendations, I have to know that they're really going to take it seriously. And, you know, so now that I have written reviews that have reached people who have gone and checked out stuff on my recommendation, those people are more likely to come to me and say, hey, I've liked everything you've told me to watch. Tell me what to watch next. And I can believe they probably will. So, you know, when people tell me their taste or whatever is usually when I'm, like, able to give them proper recommendations, like I did for Destiny on a stream the other day. You know, I don't know if he's seen that yet. If anybody sent him the recommendations I gave, but oh, that's neat. I didn't realize that they would follow the frisbee away from me. That's clever. But yeah, like I definitely think for the person you're recommending to, it will always be more powerful to give them an individualized recommendation. But I think the only way that people are going to even find out about you to ask you for recommendations is because you write reviews. You know? So I don't think it would be... Because, like, otherwise, what would you do? Just, like, say, hey, I'm totally an anime expert. Believe me. Send me some money, and I'll recommend you a perfect anime. Like, who would do that? They'd be like, I don't trust you. Why do I think you're going to know the perfect anime? Also, why do I have to pay you to tell me what to watch? Okay, so I'm going to have to leave something on that. Did you see that creepy dog face up there, by the way? What the fuck is that about? Oh. Oh, each one is hitting the next one's switch. So I got to get across before that last one falls, probably. Right? Oh, no, they all fall. Okay. Huh. Well, what is the goal here? Because I can't make those jumps. Do I need to jump from brick to brick? Also, they've all got symbols on them. Okay, the symbol lets you know which brick is related to which switch. Huh. Yeah, I definitely can't just make that, so... And there's a bunch of vines at the top. There must be something else I'm going to have to get before this segment starts making sense. Okay, well, we'll investigate around a little bit. Oh, right, I already did this, didn't I? We came from down here. I want to take that other... There's 2 drops. Yeah, they both just lead down here, so... Maybe I'm not going that way yet. They opened up the path, though, so that's nice. Shit. This is the scariest room. Do you at least, like, do your thing? I don't remember that one. Dunking that donkey game? Oh yeah, I'm dunking my head all the way in. I'm fully immersed. It is funny how much this game is reputationally tied to Donkey because he is the publisher of it, you know? Like, I guess a lot of games are heavily associated with their publishers. Like, people think about Ubisoft games, and it's like, well, but Ubisoft is also a developer, so that's kind of different. But, yeah, like, it's not often that a game is, like, almost exclusively mentioned in the same breath as its publisher. Maybe I can open a door with that key I got that I haven't opened yet. Did I ever go up there? Oh no, I don't think I can. I want to say hi to that capybara thing. Maybe I can open this door now. No? Damn it. Oh, it's another light door. Okay, the switch is on the other side of it. How do I get over there? Oh. Well, start by falling through 6 screens. This is one of the rooms where, like, I look at this, and this feels so much like you have to win the game that it just, like, stops me in my tracks for a second. Like, what the fuck? How is somebody else nostalgic for this? Okay, so right, that light needs to both, or that door needs both switches hit. How the fuck would I get down there, though? Is there a way of transpiring through floors? Because it doesn't even look like there's any obvious way I would get there from elsewhere. So it makes me think that the answer is on this screen. But I don't think I can burn the bridge. I don't think I can chop these down. So I don't know. I don't know how I get down there. Hey, more zombies with $5 says, it's weird to buy anime requests, but fuck it. I really miss experiencing something that's serious and emotional like Berserk or Attack on Titan. No isekai, please. Okay, so you're asking for a recommendation. Let me think. You want something serious and emotional like Berserk or Attack on Titan? So, to me, those are kind of 2 different serious and emotional, right? Because Attack on Titan is like fun and Berserk is like harrowing, in my mind at least. But like the first thing that came into my head as like a new anime I would recommend would be Hell's Paradise, and that's more on the like fun end of like the story is taking itself seriously. The stuff that happens is serious. It's very violent and dark. It's not super emotional though. It's more of a fun time than gonna hit you in the feels. But I also don't think, like, for me, Attack on Titan is not a very emotional experience. So that's more on that level. Whereas if I'm comparing to like, you really like the commentary of Attack on Titan and the horror in the beginning. Okay, so you're looking for something that's dark with a kind of social commentary edge to it. Made in Abyss came to mind because that's something I was talking about on a live stream earlier. That's very, very dark with some interesting themes about humanity. It has some elements that are off-putting to a lot of people, but I do think the show is meant to be off-putting in general. I guess it's probably not more off-putting than Berserk if I'm really thinking about it. I've definitely been through this area. I don't need to be here. Think about some more. Like, if we're taking away the, like, fantasy element and the violence, I would recommend an anime called, I don't know how you pronounce it, Planets? Planets with an ES, like planet, but put an E between the T and the S. That's a very mature drama with some really interesting themes, but set in, it's about space garbage collectors, like people who it's mostly about that in the future when there's like lots of people living in space and stuff, and like we've got colonies set up and shit directly outside of Earth's orbit, like any small bit of trash can like fuck up a space station to the just to kill everybody on board. So it's a very serious need for space trash collectors, but because they are trash collectors, they're treated like kind of second class citizens. And so it's sort of a commentary on the way that people in like necessary jobs are treated, even though like without them the fucking none of it could operate. And it's a 2-volume manga. I've read the whole manga. I haven't seen the whole anime. The anime kind of adds stuff in, and they're both very good though. Let's see, what else can I think of? This is perfect. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, planets. Watch that. Planets, whatever the fuck it. I don't remember how to pronounce it. I don't know why. That's what I sensed that you wanted, but it seems like you do, so I'm glad. Tell me how it goes if you end up enjoying it. It was definitely one of the higher rated, like when I talked about this recently, that there's, at the end of the 2000s, like all the anime bloggers had made their lists of the their top 50 anime of all time, and that was one of the ones that made it pretty high in spite of not that many people even having seen it or even talked about it. But it was like anybody who had seen it had it really high up on their list of best 2000s anime. So I'm sure that if you're looking for an adult show, you'll have a good time with that. It's got a whole episode about the one girl trying to quit smoking. The difficulties of that. So, probably got some relatable stuff in there for all y'all. Bunny! I don't remember this screen. I'm sure I've been here, but I forgot about this. What is going on here? What is this? Why? What is this about? So many rooms in this game that just leave you kind of befuddled. You're like, I'm sure this will make sense eventually. I hope it'll make sense eventually, but... Okay. This feels like it should be doable. Just at a glance. Okay, my frisbee doesn't seem to affect these things. So that's good to know. Right, I guess I have to start over there. Trying to think if I can come up with another good anime suggestion before the next request comes in. Oh, god damn it. I didn't realize there was a low hearts alarm in this game. I guess it only plays for a second. Fuck, I didn't look back at where the pink rabbit was. Shit! Did I have to come through here to get to there? I don't even remember where the fuck I was. God damn it. I didn't use the save point nearby when I got there, that's why. Shit. What do I think about Vinland Saga? Vinland Saga. I like the manga a lot. The anime... I made a video about my problems with the anime, just with its presentation, how I feel like it just diminishes it just enough that it's like, yeah, it looks fine, but it's just like, I know there's a better artistic experience I could get reading the manga, I was probably being too hard on the anime. I could see watching it, but you know, I'd probably rather have read the whole manga first and then check out the anime as like, you know, just like additional content. Oh, hello. Gorgeous egg. Oh, I found 8 secret eggs. Okay, I didn't realize they were secret. Also, I have 8 of them? Wow, okay. I didn't realize I had 8 eggs. I'm such an egg fan, I guess. How the fuck do I get out of here? There we go. Shit, wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, how did I get there? I don't remember that spot. I guess okay, I was going back this way, and then... Yeah, okay, I went left this time. Let's go with this. Yeah, same room, okay. How do I get up to there where that bunny is at, though? Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to fall back down. Agadine with Russian $5, I assume? That's what the R stands for? I'm not actually sure. Thoughts on Wolf's Rain, if you've seen it. It's like my favorite anime, but I can't tell if it's well regarded or not. Well, I'll tell you, I actually have an old video about Wolf's Rain. Useless anime knowledge, Wolf's Rain, right here on this channel. But I'll summarize it for you, because I wrote it, you know, right after seeing the show, and I haven't seen it since. It is very well regarded. It is a very well regarded show. Wolf's Rain was basically, so Nobumoto Keiko, who unfortunately died of some kind of disease a few years ago, she created it after having been the lead writer for Cowboy Bebop. And basically, you know, just her being awesome on that show, the staff were like wanting to realize her next idea. You know, like whatever, basically it's like, hey, you did such a good job on Bebop. What do you got? What's your show concept, you know? So she's got Wolf's Rain. And, you know, so you end up with Yoko Kanno doing the soundtrack like she did for Bebop, which is another phenomenal soundtrack. Probably my favorite thing about Wolf's Rain is the Yoko Kanno soundtrack. And then the animation is incredibly beautiful because it was one of the first things done by Studio Bones, which basically is just the Cowboy Bebop team, you know, that like left Studio Sunrise to go make their own studio. So you've got the, you know, basically the core talent of Bebop all coming together at a new studio to try to prove themselves with this new original story. I believe it's directed by Tensai Okamura, who has also done Darker Than Black and a lot of other good stuff. I think it was him. I could be wrong about that. I might be misremembering that. But yeah, it's super, super aesthetic. Super aesthetic. Very, like, driven by its tone and emotions, I think, more than, like, being a compelling narrative or whatever. And the ending is really strong. Like, for me with Wolf's Rain, I struggled to really care about the story and characters that much because they just felt very thin to me. And I think I'd probably appreciate it a little bit more now because Pretty Boys, and like at the time I was kind of resisting that, you know, like, but I think I might enjoy it if I watched it now than I did the first time. I think I would feel more of it, you know. But I always really liked the ending because it has this crazy apocalyptic fucking, you know, like Devilman style ending, which I always thought was crazy. You know, I had first seen episodes of Wolf's Rain on Adult Swim, but it was kind of like I felt like I had no idea what was going on. Like, I would catch episodes and just be like, I don't get, are they wolves? Are they literally wolves? What is going on? And like, once you actually watch the show from the beginning, you realize it's not supposed to make much more sense than that. Like, it is supposed to be like a kind of a, wait, what are they exactly feeling, you know? But yeah, it's a solid show. It's definitely not one of my personal favorites, but I very much can understand what people like about it so much. You know, even if it's not like, it doesn't resonate with me as hard as it probably does with People who really appreciate it. Okay, how am I gonna hit that switch though? I guess I could hit the one up there. I see. Oops, wrong guy. Another wasted firecracker. Hey, I got another match. Alright, this seems like it could be important. I'm still not sure how many uses each match has. So I'm pretty sure I used the first one twice. Ah, yes, this room. How could I forget? The dub is amazing. That is one of those shows that has a solid English voice cast. I don't think I would have any problems watching it dubbed. I don't know if it's better than the sub. I almost never think so, but... Oh, I remember this fucking room. I never figured out what the hell was going on here. Gotta bounce the water onto something or other, but what? I have no clue. Maybe I just need to hit the locked door with the water? Like, maybe it can somehow break the lock? No? No, that's not the answer. What is this about? What do I do here? It's a neat gimmick. I love the music. I just wish I knew what I was trying to water with this fucking thing. Whatever. We'll be back here eventually. Figure this shit out. The harrowing parts of Berserk make you feel a healthy catharsis. I definitely get that. Like, I really do think that, like, super dark, super bleak media like that has a very important place for, like, helping us to deal with reality and how bleak it can be. You know, like, it's just, it can be tough. It can be a tough experience, you know. Roger Ramos with $5. Rant about Death Note. Like Demon Days, it is on that 2001 to 7 that I really like. Yeah, that would be like right at the end of it, you know. I would say that's like right before the new era began. Like it's the final like hurrah for that 2000 style, I guess. Which I definitely would put it into the category of, like, it feels, despite being Japanese, there is a very post 9/11 like feel to it, because it's so cynical, and like the premise of Death Note is essentially the world is such a bad place that it deserves, like, you know, like that somebody killing people en masse, you know, going beyond the law would be treated as a hero by society, you know, even as the villains were trying to stop, or the good guys are trying to stop them, rather. So yeah, I do think Death Note was like exactly the right amount of cynical for its time, because it manages to be violent without being violent. You know, like, there's no gore. There's never, like, blood or anything. But people are dying all the time. You know, like, conceptually, it's way more bleak than it feels. And it also employs that serious comedy aspect incredibly well that, you know, they basically explained how they did that in Bakuman. But the idea of, like, having the characters take the situation completely seriously, but the situation itself is so ridiculous that it becomes funny. You know, Death Note does that extremely well. Oh, this is where all my eggs are. Okay, so I'm basically collecting eggs. I'm collecting this peacock's eggs. Or collecting eggs for the... I don't know. I'm collecting eggs for the peacock pedestal, is my point. Oh, maybe these doors will open... Oh! The more eggs I find will open these doors. So I need 16 eggs for the first door. And it looks like a lot for the top door. Interesting, interesting. Environmental storytelling, folks. This game, it is pretty brilliant at teaching you what's going on without telling you anything. Okay. Oh, these guys are asleep. So I guess I have to wake them up and make them do something, right? But what do I want them to do? Maybe just to form a ladder for me to climb up. Okay, yeah, that must be it. I don't know if I did this already either. Wait, why won't they wake up? I can't just wake them up. Whatever. I guess I can just move them while they sleep. I don't remember if I did this already. This looks like a peacock feather just sitting here, and I can't interact with it, seemingly. I was hoping I could pick... Whoa. Hello. This is a cool looking spot. When I stand in here, the bird's eyes light up. Up there, but I don't know what it means. Don't know what it means, I have to. Well, don't know what that room was about, but it looked cool. What the fuck was I ranting about? Oh yeah, Death Note. Animal flute. Ooh, that's gonna wake him up. Ah, I see. It all makes sense now. Animal flute. Oh, and there's the guy over here I hadn't even noticed yet. So I guess I moved him out of the way, but what was he in the way of? Nothing? What do I need you for? Still a very mysterious area, this area. Well, let's see if the animal flute does anything back where I was. Oh, okay, I need this guy to get back up. That's what it is. Let's see if animal flute does anything in this room. Yeah, there we go. Secrets unveiled. Understandings unlocked. Whoa. Have I been here? Is this a room I've been in? Doesn't seem... Oh, what the fuck? This is probably access points to different levels all over the game. Somehow, everything is going to link its way back to this room. Hello. Oh, this is really opening up. This is getting wild. Okay. Alright. Wait, have I been here? Oh, this is a place I've already been before. Okay, that's why. Maybe it only opened up ones I've already been to. Let's go find out what's in the dog mouth. This is fucking fascinating game design. Oh, I remember that dog mouth now. Shit, I shouldn't have jumped out of it. Is there a way I can make this block move? Oh, right, I gotta stand on this thing. But there's no way for me to get... I would have to leave something on this. Alright, well, I guess they intended for that to happen. It sent me back here. But I still don't have the means to deal with whatever this issue is, I don't think. I don't think... And the flute doesn't do anything here, so... It must not be that way. Oh, right, this area had a weird dead end. Let's see if the flute does anything here. It's not gonna bring the swordfish to life. Wait, what is this? What does this mean? Oh, it's directional. Oh my god. This is the best. Oh, I need this remixed. Who recognizes this 3-note melody? I'm sure you could probably play all the Ocarina of Time songs on that. That makes me very happy. You don't hear anything. Oh, shit. You guys have game audio, right? You don't hear that? Let me turn the game audio up. I didn't realize it was so quiet. Alright. Do you hear it now? Okay, okay, okay. It's hearing now. Okay. Anyway, back on to, I think I was still talking about Death Note. Sorry, I got so distracted. Wait, can I... No, it doesn't seem to reach him. Okay. Circa 2006, there was a girl in my class in high school who was buying Death Note, you know, volume by volume. So I read it through the fact that I could borrow it from her, and I was like, I would read it through her, and then I would buy the issues myself to read them back. So I owned, I think, up through number 8 and read up through number 10. And I never actually finished the manga. And then the anime was airing, and I watched the first 12 episodes of that, and at the time, circa 2007, my brother Victor could not read very well, so it was a real struggle to try to watch subtitled shows with him, and so I would read out loud what the subtitles were saying. So I know we watched 12 episodes of Death Note that way, and then I think I just felt that it was too close to being the same thing as the manga. Like, it didn't seem different enough to me to make me feel compelled that I should finish the anime before finishing the manga, you know? Like, if anything, it just kind of felt slower, which, like, I preferred that the manga felt so fast-paced. It's hard to really comment on Death Note as a story, because it is really unique, and I think my appreciation for it has grown over time for how unique it is, that, like, there's not a lot of stories I can really compare to it that are even trying to do the same thing, you know? So it's a fascinating series, and I think it deserved to be as popular as it was. But it's also the kind of IP that, like, you can't really do that much with it other than, like, recreate it, which they've done a few times to kind of middling effect. You know, it's just a good story. It's not like IP, you know, it's just like an actually good story, which is rare, getting rarer and rarer as the years go on, you know. But you know, congratulations to Takashi Obata and Tsugumi Oba. And also it led to, like, without Death Note, there's almost no chance we'd have a Bakuman, which is, like, my favorite manga. So you know, very glad they went and did that. I guess this doesn't affect the birds. Wow. That was hopeful, but no cigar. Well, time to run around the world playing the flute at everything until something happens. Wait for some more super chat rant requests. Anything you want me to rant about at all, just send a super chat. I'll rant about literally anything. But if I don't know about it, it'll be a short rant. So, you know, if you think I know something, it's probably a safer bet than if you're not sure I know something. Does this really not affect these dogs at all? It doesn't do anything to them? Yes, this game is basically... Is she playing it on the Switch? You mean Sock Rabbit? But no, I'm not playing it on the Switch. I'm playing it with Switch controllers. I'm just playing it on PC. But the style of it is like, it's very much a Super Metroid, you know, type game, but with more of a exploration, less action focus. It's more similar to other Metroidvania games that are less combat focused, like You Have to Win the Game, or Knit Stories, or, like, you know, any of those good classic Metroidvania exploration games. Shit. Fuck you, dog. More zombies with $2. Rant motorcycle fairings. I remember this being a biggest problem rant, you know, for anybody who's a fan of the biggest problem in the universe. Specifically, it was motorcycle fairings that make you look like cops, like people who, you know, basically deliberately make their motorcycle look like a cop motorcycle because it'll make people nervous when they see it pulling up behind them. It's a very douchey thing to do. To even want to look like a cop, kind of a douchey thing, you know. So yeah, I don't know if I have much of a personal opinion on motorcycle fairings. I just know it as a biggest problem meme, which I have to assume is why you brought it up, because it's not something people bring up very often outside the context of I think that was like Maddox's go-to example of Dick bringing in dumb problems, like that his problems were all non-problems, and he would always be like, "You brought in motorcycle fairings." Malik Manitou with $4.99. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Kyoso Giga? Longtime fan and I've never really heard you mention it. My 10th favorite anime. I think it's so fire, near perfect. I have only seen the first episode, and I think I'm probably ready to watch that show now. But it was every once in a while an anime comes along that just actually goes over my head, where like I can't process it. And granted, this was like a decade ago that I tried to watch Kyoso Giga, so it'll probably be a very different experience now. But the first time I tried, like even just trying to read and comprehend all of the subtitles while also trying to comprehend all of the imagery was like too much for me. And I've got ADHD, so that's fucking saying something, you know? I was like, man, I don't know what is going on. Like, I remember finishing the first episode and just feeling like I would have to watch that again because I didn't get the information out of it, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you were hoping I would definitely have seen it when you made this rant request, but yeah, I've only seen the first episode. I thought it looked mad cool. Like, I definitely would like to have seen more of it, particularly because, you know, the director is, I think, Rika Matsumoto, and everything she's done is really interesting to look at. It's all like, you know, she's a experimental director, one of the bigger female names in anime directing, you know, so yeah, that's one of those shows. It's funny that you mentioned it too, because I literally recommended it to Destiny the other day on stream. Somebody said that Destiny was looking for anime recommendations, and I was like, that guy would probably want to watch Kyoso Giga, Concrete Revolutio, and wow, I really should have saved that candle for up here, huh? I really shouldn't have wasted it down there. I wanted to find out if they were truly single use or double use, because I was pretty sure that first match I used twice. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe I just misinterpreted what was happening. I don't know. Can I take it back? Can I take the candle? But yeah, Concrete Revolution would be another example of a show that was like just over my head when I was watching it at the time. And in that case, I don't know enough history. Like, it's so referential of Japanese political history that I just find myself feeling very lost. It's like, okay, well, I'm sure this is all very meaningful, but I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't think Kyoso Giga is like that level of like needing context to understand, but I'm not sure. I had 2 matches? Okay. So it was just that I just hadn't remembered picking up a first one, but maybe I'd done it in a previous play session and forgot. I don't know. There's not another way to go in this room. I don't know why I thought there was. Alright, well, this whole zone, everything to the left of here, is seemingly out of my reach, at least until I get another match. I hate passing through this room, god damn it. Yeah, this is where I was when I started. So I'm gonna assume I had been trying to go this way. Still don't know how to blow up this box. Is there anything to this room? There's just like this dog in here, and that's... There's gotta be more to this room. I'm thinking at some point I'm gonna get something that lets me destroy those blocks that are at the top. And then I'll go through a bunch of areas doing that. Oh! The animal flute here. That's probably... It's gotta affect that Cappy, right? Can you hear me, Capybara? Oh, he can't hear me. I'd almost forgotten I just got the animal flute and was meant to be going around testing that on stuff. Doesn't work on the wiener dog either. So many different types of dogs, and they're all evil. Well, if anybody wants me to rant about anything, let me know. Sorry I didn't know more about Kyoso Giga. I do encourage, you know, if you've got a rant request like that about a show that you're not sure I've watched, you can ask me whether I've seen it or not without giving a super chat, and I will answer that question, just to avoid that sort of disappointment. You only watched the OVA having no idea what happened and never feeling inclined to watch the real thing. I don't remember if I watched the OVA or the first episode of the actual show. Or both. I'm not sure. Again, this was a long time ago. What does that noise mean when I get into this room? Oh, the music notes also function as a light. That's really nice. Can't go back that way. Okay. Now see, I thought I remembered having lit the candle in this room too, but I guess maybe I only ever found it. Maybe I was planning to use the first match I had got on this candle, but never actually did, and that's why I thought I had used a match already or something. That would make sense, kind of. Okay, this is the room with the block. You gotta use the gear to move. Man, those fucking noises always freak me out. Did I not come from this direction just now? No, it was where the wiener dog was. But I feel like this will just lead me back up in a circle. God damn it. This is one of the only games I've played where it can be as difficult to figure out how to backtrack as it is to figure out how to go forward. I'm like, I think I've been to a place, but I don't remember how to get back to that place at all. Okay, fuck yeah, I can't actually... Okay, I have to go through the circle because I can't get back that way, of course. That makes sense. Definitely feels like the whole world is one big puzzle, you know? Cosmic Blue with $5. Thank you very much. Having seen how good Anno is at positioning the camera, especially in meeting room shots, I feel forever spoiled. Also, Shin Gojira feels so underrated. I think that's a case of it's underrated in the grand cultural consciousness for sure. Like as far as amazing films go, I think it has not been nearly talked enough by film nerds. But it obviously opened the door for the new Godzilla movie to get that reputation. You know, like the fact that I think when you know, when Anno's Godzilla came out, it took a long time for word of mouth spread to make it into something like people were investigating, and then because of that reputation, you know, the new Japanese Godzilla movie, I'm struggling to remember the name, has gotten you know, has had the chance to get that critical reception. And there's a lot of people who say that one's even better. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't have an opinion yet. But Shin Gojira is like my favorite live action movie. Like, it's definitely up there, top 5, top 10, no question. And yeah, a big part of it is just that Anno's shot compositions are so fucking fun. You know, like I could imagine watching pretty much anything that guy makes because I know it's going to look awesome. You know. He's very much like Stanley Kubrick in that regard, and I think Kubrick is probably a big influence on him, because there's a lot of the imagery of 2001: A Space Odyssey is very End of Evangelion. So you know, I just think he took the same approach of like, well, why wouldn't every shot look as awesome as possible? You know, like, let's see what happens if I take this mock disc and then. Let's see if the flute affects this cat. Nope. Not doing a damn thing for me. Okay. Not ready to fight that cat yet. What am I talking about? Anno, yeah. I love Shin Gojira. I definitely do think... I think it might be... It's... A lot of people will probably say that it's overrated because if you do know people who have seen the movie, like if you're part of the, you know, the sphere that cares about the movie, you've heard people talk it up to high heaven, you know, relentlessly. So I could see not everyone thinking that it's underrated, but like when you consider that it's not on any like best movies of all time lists or best movies of the decade lists, you know, like it really kind of skated by as like a cult hit, and that's a shame because it's a fucking amazing movie. It deserves more recognition in that sense for sure. I still haven't seen Shin Ultraman yet, which I've also heard is very, very good. But in like a different way. I just came from here. I think my favorite thing about Shin Gojira is that it's basically a movie about how like autism is the answer. And just get his team together of the top autists, you know, a crack team, fuck bureaucracy, just get the best guys on it and let them do their thing and it's all gonna be fine. It's definitely what Anno believes. Hey, I did it. Oh, fuck. I fell before I interacted with the thing I needed to interact with. Oh, it's just a fruit. Well, what's the deal with this fucking cat hedge? Well, I'll be intrigued to discover what the purpose of this is. I would assume I would be able to go up there or something, but why is there a ledge there? What does it lead to? Yeah, it definitely leads somewhere secret, because you don't see evidence of where it leads on this side. Okay, it came from up here. Alright, I was wondering what the fuck was up with this room, which just has a dog in it. Okay, yeah, I've been up there a bunch. Have I been here a bunch? Probably not, but I don't know if I can do anything here. Yeah, the vines would prevent me from doing like a whole going up with the frisbee thing, so I don't think that's I don't think I can do anything in here yet. There's a bunch of turtle and egg imagery in that room. That's intriguing, but I don't know what it means. You like that super last second snatch I got on the fucking frisbee there with the dog? That was nice. Skillful, if I might say so. Did I pass through here earlier? Or is this a different wiener dog? Oh, right. This is the guy who can go... he's the tunnel dog. I've definitely been killed by him a couple times. But I never figured out if there's a purpose to this tunnel other than getting chased and killed by tunnel dog. Wait, is this a thing? Does this lead somewhere? What is the meaning of it? Okay. I have done this. Alright. And then you just fall down to this ledge. Okay, that's what that ledge is about. Well, at least I reconfirmed all of that. It's not a mystery anymore. Was it useful knowledge? I'm not so sure. Yeah, I came through here just a minute ago. Where the fuck do I need to go next? Let's get back out of this area. I feel like there's gotta be a zone that I've been to but have barely explored so far. And I'm just like forgetting where that zone is. Probably this way. I've spent a lot of time to the left of that big statue. I haven't spent room of statues. Haven't spent a ton of time to the right, but I assumed that's because I can't get very far. Maybe I can talk to this parrot. No, it doesn't seem like he cares about my music. I wanna see capybara. There's like some kind of koala statue back there. It's cute. Maybe I can wake up the big iguana face. Nope. No waking up big iguana face, it looks like. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Don't remember equipping that. Okay. Oops. Oh, it makes them all go into their shells. Neat. Okay, well that makes it seem like this way, like that feels like positive affirmation of heading in the right direction, that like my tools do something different to the enemies around here. I'm noticing this odd festering darkness on the edge of this platform here, and that it also gives me a firecracker, which makes me wonder... Oh, maybe that's just the way the pixels look there. I don't know. Y'all got lots of capybaras? Oh, I want to see capybaras! Ah! We don't have those here. North America don't got capybaras. They're only in South America. They're so fucking adorable. Capybara jealousy maximum. Well, if anybody wants me to rant about something, let me know. Give me them rant requests, y'all. I don't remember what the last rant was about. I've already forgotten. Entertaining. Hey. Did I come here before? Good capybara. This doesn't seem familiar. And there's live capybaras! How have I not been here yet? At least I don't think I've been here yet. I mean, I guess maybe this is just a save room and there's nothing else to do this way, and maybe I have been here. You guys like my song, Cappies? You like my Cappy song? Hello? Oh, I can't do that yet. I thought that bird was trying to show me a secret path or something for a second there. Later on, I'm gonna definitely find videos of people like recreating popular songs using this. What's going on in the chat? Oh yeah, there is a map in this game, isn't there? I literally forgot. Thank you for reminding me. I've just been running around like a chicken with his head cut off this whole fucking time. What the hell do those symbols mean up there? I'm so used to playing games like this that don't have maps. I never even considered to remember that there was a map. Whoops. Damn it. Gotta jump off before it hits there, I guess. Come on, little guy. We got this. Damn it. Maybe we don't got this. Can't tell if that's possible, so I'm gonna stop for now. Oh, I had a key for that door. Okay, neat. I guess that's what that other key I had was for. Yep, it's gone now. Cool. Well, I finally found the purpose for that. What am I gonna do to... I guess it doesn't work if they're already awake. Green button. Oh, trap floor. Okay, well, this is fun. Ah. Oh, I'm gonna have to get him to start coming this way, and then I'm gonna have to, like, perfect time it. There we go. Come to me. Thank you much. Awesome. That was great. And there's another key, so it's not a waste of the key that you used when you came in. Hilarious. Sock Rabbit with $1.99. Mic static or game ambience? Seems like the former. Well, let me listen and I'll... Awesome. That was great. And there's another key, so it's not a waste of the key that you used when you came in. Let's see what it sounds like if I turn off the desktop audio. And then we'll find out for sure. Do you still hear it right now? Now that I've turned off desktop audio. Alright, I turned the desktop audio back on. Yeah, so that static that you're hearing is the sound of my laptop. The microphone is direct... Here, let me just... you can see the laptop there. next to the microphone. That's just you hearing the sound of the laptop fan.
You're hearing is the sound of my laptop.
And I have left the audio on, so now I'm hearing myself. That's annoying. Who's got the Dig Dug edition of what? What are you talking about with the Dig Dug edition thing? She's got the Dig Dug edition. But what? A Dig Dug edition of what? What are you talking about? Sound. I guess I'd have to have played more Dig Dug to know what the hell you're talking about. Dig Dug. Dig Dug. Okay. Gotta love when you do some stuff and it's just, and then there's just like a release of like door, and then door, and then door. You're opening all the doors you've been looking. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Alright. Oh boy. Oh, Jesus. Shit. I got them all three and I died at the same time. It was almost a great move, but it wasted all my firecrackers. God damn it. I'm gonna need firecrackers when I go into this room, aren't I? I think there are some that grow on the previous screen, maybe. Very curious about why that light has a red bulb also, if that means anything different. I don't see any firecrackers. Whatevs. Whatevs. We're gonna try to do it with the flute and see how that works out. Maybe there's firecrackers over here. Firecrackers? Firecrackers? Nope. Beep 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 beep. I stepped on a hedgehog. Ah, there's a firecracker here. Fuck. Fuck. Shit. I didn't pick it up fast enough. Oh, hello. What is all this then? That is a very active iguana. Oh, boy. He really doing it. Okay, so this is going to be about getting to that third switch before it has time to eat me, right? Oh shit. Damn it. Alright. Okay, alright. Mission accomplished. It wasn't as tough as it looks. And now we're over here, and this door won't open. Have I been in this room? I don't think I've been in this room. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I have to hold it down? Well. Ah, ha ha ha. Finally, a new thing. And it's a slinky! There's a fucking slinky in this game! Everyone loves a slinky, 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 slinky. Can it go down the waterfall? Yes, it can. Yes, it very well can. Oh, but it like dissolved. Oh, I guess it only... It kept going, that's why. Okay, so that's what this is to show me. Neat. Very neat. Very happy to finally have picked up the next item, and it's clear now the game is opening up all kinds of doors for me because of that. Progress, people. Progress. We've done it. Okay. Bear fountain. Well, anybody got anything they want me to rant about? It's been a little quiet over there on the super chat front. Damn it. You don't even have to really have a whole topic in mind. You know, you could just be like, hey, here's $5. Name 10 foods or something. What the fuck? Wait, what knocked me into just now? That was confusing. Right? That was strange, right? That looked weird. I don't know. Maybe I fucked something up without realizing it. Seems like I was probably getting close to opening a passage through that door too. So this is the scary room. Damn it. Once again, he got me right as I lit the firecracker. Got him, yes. Fuck, barely though. Okay, so how will I get up there if I can? So fucking hard to see in this goddamn room. So I can't interact with those blocks in the background. It's weird that they're even there. Right? Like these are not... It's not anything I can bounce my frisbee off of that I can tell. Well, it did bounce off of something. Oh, okay. I guess just the wall. This might all just be to get to the candle that would kill those guys automatically when I come onto the screen, which, you know, I've done that in a few places, and it kind of feels like a waste of a match if you actually have a match, which I don't even, but I feel like there's greater purposes for having matches than just getting, you know, like permanently erasing the enemies from a spot. Convenient though it is, it makes it way easier to go through that screen again, but is this a screen I'm going to have to use again? It looks like there's a passage up at the top left. So I guess we'll try that. We'll try to get up to that top left passage. Okay. Just this. Doesn't seem like I can do much here yet. Oh, right. I will need the flute to wake that guy up, and then he'll do the same for me. How do I get him to go the way... Oh, wait. I can hit him with the boomerang. No, I can't hit him with the boomerang. Fuck. What do I want to do here? How do I trick him into going the other way? If I leave and come back, he's asleep again. So let's try waking him up without him knowing I'm there. But he's not gonna move. What would make him go... What would make him go do that? Well, I don't know the answer to this one yet, folks. Toothbrush from Toothbrush from Nisei Monogatari. Okay, I figured it out. I didn't have to be able to read the whole thing to figure out what that says. Wait a minute, why is this closed again? What? I solved this puzzle. We did this already. This isn't a thing in this game, is it? Where you have to redo challenges? Not usually. You forgot to talk about your favorite movies, not anime, just movies. Well, aside from Shin Gojira that I mentioned earlier, a lot of my favorite films of recent years are animated, like, you know, Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. I almost called it Welcome to the Spider-Verse. You know, so I liked that, and hold on, let me bring up my Letterboxd real quick. That'll make this easier. I guess I have to re-download it. I believe I am the Golden Witch on Letterboxd with underscores or something. Okay, blah blah blah. Profile. Oh no, it's Movies B Saw. That's right. I knew it was something strange, like written weird. Movies and then the letter B Saw. That's me on Letterboxd. So, let's see. How do I get to my? There should be a place where I can just view the list of every movie I've seen. Let's see here. I hate this app. It's fucking not well laid out. Like, why is just the list of movies not immediately the first thing that I see? Okay, content filters, let's see, by rated. No, okay, that's for search. God damn it. I really liked Barbie last year. How the fuck do I just look at all the goddamn in this app? How do I just see all the movies I've seen? I hate this app. Letterboxd, your app is fucking terrible. It is so confusing. Whatever, I know there's a way to figure this out, but I can't remember what it is. God damn it. What are some fucking movies that I like? I would say that the first movies I can remember being a big fan of are like Quentin Tarantino stuff, like Pulp Fiction, particularly Pulp Fiction, and Kill Bill, and Inglourious Bastards. I was really into The Dark Knight when it came out, and Inception. Those are both movies that were like favorites of mine when they first dropped. Hellboy 2 was a favorite of mine when it came out. This is like me thinking back to the 2000s, which is like, there's a period where I think I was more interested in getting into movies, and then I kind of got overwhelmed by how many there are and how many of them I like didn't resonate with or understand, you know, and kind of just went more into other stuff that I felt like I did, like anime and games. Speed Racer is one of my favorite movies. The Speed Racer live action adaptation. That almost counts as anime, so you know, it's like all of my favorite live action movies are also, or non-anime movies are also basically anime. Big surprise there. Shin Gojira is pretty much Evangelion. What's my favorite, like, live-action movie that's not just anime? Can't think. I like Stanley Kubrick's movies that I've seen, but they're harrowing experiences also. Oh, maybe I can get this guy to eat something specific. Yeah, okay. Oh, he eats all the grass if you try to hide in it. That's neat. So you can use that as like a cover. I wonder if there's a way to like make him sick from eating too much grass or something like that. Doesn't seem like it. Alright. Get out of there before I get eaten. Okay, I remember this. Damn it. Don't remember where this led to. Did I come up here? Doesn't seem like I came up here before. Okay. Ooh, I hit the ceiling and the ceiling is toxic. That's scary. What the fuck? Okay. Almost got me there. Alright, new mechanic. Good to know. We're truly in a new zone here. What do I need to do to get down there? An odd room. I'm not sure if I can do anything in here yet. I'm having a hard time escaping. I guess that would be the easier wall to hit, right? Okay. Doesn't seem like I can do anything here yet. Looks like the room below this has a way I haven't gone yet. Still trying to think about more movies. If you go to films, you can filter by highest rated. This will be easier to do on the... Actually, I forgot, like, I have an open laptop, and I don't need to use my phone to do this. Because I don't have to... close out of the game, too. I'm just gonna find my account really quick. I don't think I'm logged in. Oh wait, I am logged in. Okay, cool. Profile, films. This is so easy to do on desktop. I don't understand why the app doesn't, like, this isn't just as simple as it is, you know? Like, why is this so easy to do on the, Alright, sort by my rating highest first. Alright, so here's the movies I've given the highest scores to. Oh, right, I forgot about a couple of these because I saw them just a couple years ago, and then I haven't like talked about them yet. But both Carrie and Scarface, both by Brian De Palma, I only saw both those movies like last year, I think, maybe 2 years ago. I was pretty blown away by both of them. Scarface is a harrowing experience. The fucking scene where his friend gets like chainsawed, that shit was like, what in the fuck, you know? Definitely like a lot scarier of a movie than I was expecting it to be. And then Carrie weirdly wasn't as scary as I expected it to be, but just Like, I would even say the ending is the, like, kind of the weakest part of that movie, where it actually turns into horror, you know? But, like, everything up to that point is just so fucking raw and, like, recorded in such an interesting way. It's a very fascinating film. So, yeah, Scarface and Carrie are both recent movies I recently enjoyed a whole lot. The Thing, I gave a 5 star, it looks like. What even is this? Santa Lucia from 1910. I gave 5 stars. I don't remember what this is. Just Views of Venice? Okay, sure. Yeah, why not? It sounds like it's great. I've got a few things from 1910 and 1919 I've given 5 stars to. I don't remember any of these, though. The Tantalizing Fly. Princess Nicotine. I do remember that one. Why did I give such high scores to so many of these, like, 1901 movies? The Big Swallow, The Astronomer's Dream, The Haunted Castle. Yeah, I gave a lot of really high scores to a lot of, like, 1910 shorts that I watched all at once. Gozu by Takashi Miike. That is one of the most, like, what the fuck movies that you will ever watch, and all of his movies are what the fuck movies, but Gozu is definitely up there. Visitor Q also is very, very what the fuck am I watching, or Happiness of the Katakuris, all great movies. Shin Gojira, Funeral Parade of Roses, which is about basically about the trans movement in Japan in the 60s, and is very beautiful. Definitely made me cry a lot when I saw it. Pink Floyd's The Wall. District 9, In Bruges, I love In Bruges, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbings, Missouri from the same director. And 7 Psychopaths is also really good, but it's not as good as In Bruges in my opinion. I like all of the movies from the Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz guy. I only saw the first 4, everything up through Scott Pilgrim. I don't think I've seen his films since then, even though he's made a few. So yeah, those are some of my favorite movies. Thank you, Letterboxd on the fucking computer, for giving me the answers. I was really hung up there for a second. Like, I know I watched some movies I fucking liked a couple of years ago, you know? Like, I know there's something. But yeah, I think it's Carrie and Scarface, like, the most recent movies that I saw and was like, wow, this is wild. This is awesome. Obviously, by recent, I mean most recently that I watched them for the first time, not that they are recent films, or the most recent films that I enjoyed, because they're both old. W89 Pikachu with a very clean 1999. Thank you so much. Are bangs ever the answer? How do I anime girl without giving Anton Chigurh? That's fucking funny. Well, I mean, the bangs aren't the problem there, right? It's the bowl cut around the bangs that are the problem with him. Bangs can definitely be the answer. Hope has always rocked bangs. Vic's wife, Hope, she is, as long as I've known her, always had the bangs right over the eyes, and it's always worked for her. As long as Vic was, in love with Hope long before they got together, and that whole time, basically, he only sought out, like, girls that looked like Hope, like other bangs girls, She's also got, like, the dyed streaks in it, which looks cool, too. But yeah, I think it really just depends on the frame of your face. Like, do you have the face for it? Is there a hairstyle that'll work with your face? Like, I think you really got to be careful with bangs. Like, it's, I pretty much, as a kid, for up until I was probably like 6 or 7, would just get the bowl cut because it's the only haircut I had heard of. So, like, when I would be asked, I'd be like, bowl cut, and then, like, it just end up looking like a 70s dork or whatever. Looking like, Foreman from that 70s show. I think he had that kind of hairstyle. if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could pull off bangs. Like seeing the way it looked on me as a kid. It's not that I had like good hair for it, but you know, like, or good hair around it. I mean, but I don't know. It's not my bag. I would hate to feel them on my forehead all the time. Like you may notice, I'm always wearing a ponytail, even though I have really long hair. And it's just because the sensation of feeling my hair in my face will drive me mad rather quickly. So, you know, I just usually wear it up. But, and I also like the feeling of all of it kind of getting pulled back tight, you know, that like feeling of kind of squeeze on my head is interesting. But, yeah, I couldn't imagine myself rocking bangs. I would have to know what you look like or like what you were going for, you know, to know if it would fit your aesthetic personally. But generally, I would discourage going for bangs unless you know, like, unless the person doing your hair has like a clear sense that like, oh, this is gonna rule, or like, you know, I know exactly, oh, it's gonna be perfect, don't worry, you know. But it's not something I would do recklessly. But I'm scared of doing anything with hair because it's so easy to fuck up, you know, like that's why we pay those exorbitant amounts to hairdressers. And I've never even gone to a hairdresser and gotten anything like specific or interesting, you know. The only times I've ever gotten haircuts, I just got it all cut off. Like I didn't know what to do, so I was just like, I don't know, I'm trying to lose the hair, you know, make it go away. Which they don't like. They don't like when you have no idea what you want. Alright, where am I and where should I be going? Maybe up there? I don't remember what cut me off from going further that way. There's a ladder. It looks like I haven't gone up in that room. Okay, I just came from this area. I haven't really spent any time actually looking at this map because I had forgotten it exists. So now I'm like thinking, you know, maybe if I got familiar with this would help a lot with knowing where I am at any given moment. I feel like this right wing I've mostly knocked out for now. Like, I got the important stuff. Is that big red skull implying a boss? That must be the gecko, right? So there must be something I can do to kill the gecko if that's like a boss enemy that I have to get rid of. I don't know if it's one of the big four. With the cat demon and everything. Also, what's the deal with the egg? Is that... Oh, that's just the egg room. Okay, that's where the egg room is. There's a path to the lower left around here that I haven't seemingly been on, but I don't know if it's something I can traverse. Man, the actual, like, passageways are so complicated. Like, it's one thing to look at the room, it's another thing to look at where the doors all connect. It's nice that the map is this in-depth, because usually, like, Metroid games will give you the fucking most, like, you know, making the map obscure is, like, part of the challenge, so you're just like, what the fuck, what is this, what am I looking at here? Where was the door in that room, you know? This game, it's like, okay, I can see exactly how it all interrelates. It's just a matter of remembering what the challenge was in that room, you know, like why couldn't I make it any further in that room? So we're gonna go investigate. Bang, bang, bangs on the door, baby. Are there a lot of... Oh, I do remember this room. Okay, yes, this is where I haven't gotten past because I can't get past these blocks. So I guess those blocks are symbolized... Okay, I can see how they're symbolized on the map. That all looks pretty explored. This all looks... Well, I see a passage that I haven't been through, but I don't know if that's something I can get through. I'm curious about that climbing. There's like a sort of a climb here at the top that I'm curious about. So I kind of want to go back that way. We will try that. No, I just did that. All of this I just did, I think. Maybe I can go further through this middle section. I don't really know. I don't know where's the best area to be headed towards right now. This is definitely a game you can get fucking totally lost in. It's intriguing to me too. There's definitely a difference in feel between this and Metroid, in the sense that, like, oh yeah, this is the place where you can pass to different areas, right? Yes, okay. So where is this? Ah, this is like its own universe. I see. I see. So that connects... Oh, these are the... Okay, the faces are symbolized on the map. So that connects... Where was I a moment ago? Fuck. Big game. Big game. Well, let's try going back this way. Yeah? Yeah, this is a place I'm still curious about, I think. Oh, this is the very start. This is literally the first room. I knew this felt vaguely familiar, but I wasn't sure why. I was like, wait, what was the challenge of this room again? This is the literal first room of the game. Okay. The only spot between here and, like, the real start of the game is, like, it looks like right before you go to the next area, there's like a little passage that I haven't been through, and I'm curious about that. I don't know if it's really anything, because I know I've been through this area more than once, and it's mostly just like a tutorial zone. There's not any obvious secrets here that you would have to come back for. But we're going to check it out. Oh, I don't remember that, actually. That stone thing, that slab over there. I'm sure I must have interacted with it. But we'll get over there just to see. Just to be sure. There we go. Circular recess. Can I not put my disc in the circular recess? Do I have to equip something else, maybe, and then I can... No? Well, I guess it's not for the disc. So this is definitely a clear secret I'll have to come back for at some point, but... Note taken. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Save game, go pee. If anybody's got anything they want me to rant about, let me know. I'm back. You know, I'm kind of fascinated by the fact this game has like a quite such an impressive reputation. Quite so, you know, has gotten such good reviews. Because from what I've played of it so far, I like it a lot. It doesn't feel so distinct from other Metroidvania exploration games that it's like mind-blowing to me. You know, it doesn't feel so different from Axiom Verge or from, you know, Super Metroid. And it hasn't hit the highs of those games yet for me. But the potential is definitely there. I've only got like a few of the items, you know, like I've only made so much actual progress through the world. So I suspect that, because I've heard this game could be beat in like 6 hours, and I've probably got like 5 hours worth of playtime, but I've spent a lot of time running around back and forth, talking to chat. Like, I have no sense of how far into this game I am. I think not very. I think I'm probably not that far in, but oh wow, I had left this knockoff Diet Cola next to the fan on the computer, and so it's like hot now. That's hilarious. Kind of gross too. Ugh. Ooh. Anyway, back to the game. Let me know what's going on with y'all. Let me know what's the haps, what's the buzz. Tell me what's a happening. Okay, so I came from down. I don't know if there's anything else to the left, but I don't feel like exploring all that to remind myself. Crank it up. Crank it, crank it, crank it up. Have I played any puzzle games? Yeah, I've played some puzzle games. I would honestly consider this kind of a puzzle game, but if you mean more like just straight up nothing but puzzles. I played Line, L-Y-N-E, for a bit. Hey, rant request from Macaroni King. Truly bringing the macaroni with that $10 super chat. You're making me want macaroni, actually. I don't think I have any, though. I don't think I have any macaroni. I got other kinds of noodles. Whatever. Macaroni King with $10. Why must almost all chocolate milks in stores be low fat? I just want whole fat chocolate milk like what True Moo had years ago, even if it made for a $10 gallon in quarts. Genuinely upsetting. I have not noticed this problem. I guess I don't get a lot of chocolate milk. Maybe it's not as much of an issue here in the dirty South, where we have everything as fat and sweet as it can possibly get. I don't know where you're located, but I have not seen this issue. But again, I don't go out of my way to buy chocolate milk very often. Chocolate milk, I like chocolate milk, but it's never been a go-to for me. I guess just it's, you know, like a bit much. It's very thick. Okay, so the only secret I seem to have not done here is to go up there, but I have no idea how I would get up there. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything for me down in this starting area until I can get up where that bunny is, or break the rocks that were at the very, very start. Otherwise, it seems like there's no reason to be here. What I probably need to be figuring out is what I can do with the fucking slinky. Much like with the other thing I picked up, I kind of forgot I newly had it not long after getting it, but it's time to go experiment with the slinky. Let's see if we can find a slinky spot. Any obvious. Let me know if you see an obvious slinky spot. But yeah, I grew up drinking like 2% milk. Like that was the standard thing my mom would buy before. My parents are both vegan now, so they don't drink any kind of, normal milk. But they drink almond milk. Oh, right, this room. Yeah, I still haven't solved that mystery at all. So I grew up with mostly 2%, and then, like, I didn't realize there was, like, such a huge taste difference, but there really is. Like, it's not that I dislike low-fat milk. I think it's fine. But once you've started having whole milk, you're like, wow, that is considerably nicer, you know? And also it's got, like, all the vitamin D content and shit, so it's not like it's all bad for you necessarily. But, so I usually drink whole milk. But I pretty much, most of the milk I drink is with cereal, so it's not like I'm out there fucking, like, drinking tons of milk. I feel like I'm thinking of chocolate milk. Like, I really like Yoo-Hoo, the Yoo-Hoo drinks, but the problem is that they are the easiest thing to just, like, suck down in the world. Like, you can just buy a can of Yoo-Hoo, drink it in, like, 2 minutes, and be like, alright, that was nice, but that was it, like, the experience is over. I'm done with the Yoo-Hoo. So it's always a little bit disappointing to realize that it costs the same as any other drink, but you drink it in 3 seconds. When I picture chocolate milk, I can only picture those little, like, half-gallon, cartons you would get from, like, Walmart. I don't remember how I did this before. I have been over there, right? Yeah, for sure, right? How did I do this? Maybe, oh, okay, I get it. Damn it. Being Midwest, you thought there'd be something of a better selection there. Yeah, I would think so too. Midwest is definitely it's where all the cows are, so I would think they'd be, just all out with the milk. I don't know, maybe like, it's either that, like, not enough people buy it if it's not that way, or maybe it just doesn't taste as good to most people. I don't know. Obviously, you prefer the brand that used to be, so. I am curious if there's been, like, a massive evolution in chocolate milk and why. What's caused the logic to change? Probably just it's cheaper. Cheaper to use shittier milk, right? Let's see if Slinky does anything to this. Doesn't seem like it. I feel like there's got to be a lot more uses for this Slinky than I'm even realizing. Ah, this looks like a Slinky puzzle if I ever saw one. Right? This has got to be Slinky. Ah ha ha ha. Whoa, okay. Didn't expect y'all to get pissed off about that. Oh, I don't want red. I see. The red ones summon the birds. The yellow ones are fine. Hello. This is new. scary. What's in the box? I got a match. Hopefully I'll find a good purpose for it. Okay, so I'm guessing I can ride these down and it's not going to kill me because they're continuing. How about Highland brand in those single serving bottles? Those always have a great taste in your experience. I don't know those ones. Sounds interesting. Highland brand. I know you're asking Macaroni King, but just figured I'd give my own answer too. Alright, so we unlocked that. So we've got a little circuit going there. So we've used some slinky power. What an interesting route. Well, it really took me down quite a ways, didn't it? Okay. I don't think I can go up yet. Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could go up yet. But it's interesting to think there will be a way that I will be able to go up eventually. And I missed a little cubby in one of these little screens, which is why I'm going back through. What is this? What is the point of this? Probably another item I'll get later, if I had to guess. Big ass game. Little ass data. Big ass game. So up there is where the cappy is, but I don't know any way of getting over there. Alright. If I go further up, $2 from Cosmic Blue says, thoughts on Isekai Nanbiri Noka and power of community. Google. Isekai Nonbiri Noka, or farming life in another world. During the final years of his life, Hiraku Machio remained confined to a hospital bed with a terminal illness until he passed away. Taking pity on the unfair life he lived, a god decided to reincarnate him in another world so he can leave as he pleases. Wanting to try farming in this new life, he is bestowed with an all-in-one, almighty farming tool that can transform into any useful implement he wishes. He's then transported to a forest seemingly far from civilization and plans to build and farm everything from scratch, gradually developing the lifeless area into a thriving new society. You know what? This might be a show that me and Bird would actually enjoy, because it sounds like the same ambitions we have in life. All Bird and I want is some land to use to live on. You know, a nice little place that you could farm. Imagine having that ability and the knowledge to make use of it. It would be awesome, right? So that sounds kind of neat. Sounds like a premise I could appreciate. Generally, I avoid isekai because I just expect the same old shit. Even, like, reading that premise just now, like, several other shows went through my mind's eye. Like, that one with the Slime Rancher kid. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. I know there was another one somewhat recently. I mean, Kamikatsu had similar themes, so, like, there's definitely a lot of rebirth isekai that are about, like, basically going to a place where you can personally rebuild society. Like, just your knowledge and skills and values are going to make it so that this place is way more kick-ass than it once was, you know? But I do like that. That's my favorite type of power fantasy because it actually does appeal to me. It's like, it's to say, you know, a power fantasy about just being the most badass, coolest person, whatever, you know. But a power fantasy about restructuring society and making it better because you just know what's good like that, that's a little closer to my type of power fantasy. So I could see checking it out on that grounds. I wonder if oh right, the Slinky can power the fucking those green switches up in that top area. Almost certainly, it's got to be where I'm trying to go. But yeah, I mean, if you recommend that show, you know, if you think it's good, I might give it a shot. If you think it's not worth it, let me know. Basically forms a harem of powerful women out in the wood and farms. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a show that Bird should like. So, we'll give it a shot. It sounds exactly like the life that we're aiming at. Lapusha with Australian $10. Please read the Wikipedia entry for Kate Corain drama out loud. All right, let's go. Let's find out about this. Kate Corain. All right, this was you were telling me about this earlier. This woman sabotaged the careers of other authors in her attempt to become an author herself. Here we go. Kate Corain review bombing controversy. She doesn't have her own Wikipedia article, but there is a Wikipedia article for her controversy. That's really fucking funny. Just in and of itself, that's really funny. Oh, this just happened last year. Okay, amazing. In late 2023, aspiring fantasy author Kate Corain created multiple fake accounts on Goodreads to review bomb other authors. Del Rey Books and agent Rebecca Potos canceled their contracts with Corain. Wow, she had it with Del Rey. So this was like anime related, almost. Wait, Del Rey is still a thing? I thought... Okay, so Del Rey is is part of Random House. Okay. Okay. Events. On December 5th, 2023, author Ziran J. Zhao, I don't know how to pronounce that name correctly, posted on Twitter, if you as a debut author are going to make a bunch of fake Goodreads accounts, one-star bombing fellow debuts you're threatened by, can you at least not make it so obvious? After internet speculation on the author's identity, Zhao named the author as Kate Corain and shared a Google Doc showing screenshots of low ratings from accounts allegedly created by Corain. Corain issued an apology, saying that they had recently suffered a complete psychological breakdown after fighting a losing battle against depression, alcoholism, and substance abuse. Well, they entered an intensive psychiatric care facility on December 12, 2023. Jesus Christ. The fantasy novel Crown of Starlight was scheduled to be Kate Corain's debut title, published in 2024 through Del Rey, a science fiction and fantasy imprint of Penguin Random House. As of December 12th, Corain was no longer represented by agent Rebecca Potos. Del Rey and UK publisher Daphne Press also canceled their contracts with Corain. While Corain initially described the negative reviews as left by a friend and provided screenshots of a conversation between herself and the friend, they later said that the friend had been non-existent. Oh, we're all shocked that you've made up a person. Internet users also commented that the list of targeted authors included people of color. Like only included people of color, or just also included people of color? That's an odd thing to notate that way. The controversy was cited by industry professionals as an example of abuse issues on Goodreads. I don't understand how that was supposed to accomplish something. Like, they were all black and Asian authors. Okay, so that makes it seem like it's more of a racism thing. Like she was just pissed off at, especially if she's a white lady. Like, that makes it especially suspicious of, like, okay, well, what was this really about, you know? But yeah, that's it's a very bizarre story because I don't see how it would work. Like, what was that supposed to do for her? Like, how would people not wanting to read other people's books make them more so want to read her book? You know, I don't remember if it was earlier today or yesterday that you asked me about this before, but I had brought up Josh Moon and the whole how you're going to be in the same boat and keep poking holes in it thing that I had said about him, just because it's fascinating and incredibly strange to me when somebody doesn't know. If you don't know the phrase "a rising tide raises all ships," that could not be more true in the art world. Like, if there's any one place where a rising tide raises ships more than anything else, it's the art world. Because it is super, super fad-driven. Super driven by, like, whatever, like, one thing gets popular, and then people want more of exactly that thing, you know? So, like, if these other authors were at all similar to her, she should have wanted them to succeed. I didn't realize I had the slinky equipped. I thought I equipped the fucking... She should want those authors to succeed because it should translate to more success for her. You know? There's no reason to think she had to be in competition with a bunch of other fantasy authors. Like, as though somebody's not going to buy her book because they bought one of those books instead. Like, more likely the same type of person is buying all of the fantasy books that are getting sold, you know? Like, it's not like somebody can only like one book in the genre, you know? If anything, your competition should be other genres, like stuff that won't, like, stuff that you feel like is taking attention away from your genre. You know, if you had to pick something to bully, you shouldn't pick, you know, something so close to home. Okay, yes, here we go. It's slinky time. Real slink hours. Okay, new screen. Let's go. We're doing it. Oh, clever. Very clever. So how do I get the slinky to go? Definitely can't get there in time. Nope. Maybe not yet. We'll come back to this in a second. Everyone loves a slinky. Well, there's nothing else in that direction. Maybe the firecracker will help me somehow with this puzzle? Heave and flow like the wings of butterflies. Oh, wait. Okay. I think I'm seeing the answer here. No? Okay. Never mind. Oh, wait. Now I see the answer here. Yes. 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 All right. Okay. Gaming. Gaming! But now, what do I do here? Oh. Whoa. Okay, trippy. Can I do multiple slinkies at once? No. Whale. Well, this is fascinating, but I got no idea what the fuck to do in here. Huh. Probably those switches. Oh, I think I might have an answer. Ah, okay. That's pretty fun. Is it just gonna do it all by itself too? Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, fuck it. Awesome. The reference egg. Okay. It's just a bonus room, I guess. So then... So that being the case, how do I then get to this treasure chest? Maybe... Okay, I've got an idea. Oops, wrong guy. Damn it. This feels like the right track, but I'm not sure. Slinky just moves so quickly. Damn it. I don't even know if the boomerang will actually get me there quick enough either. That would work. I'm gonna try it with the boomerang one more time, and then I'm gonna give up on this prospect. Please send a rant request. I'm losing my mind a little bit here. Can't use it while I'm on this, goddamn. Ah, that looked like it could have been. I just don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's actually gonna go fast enough for that to work. There's nothing else for me to do up here right now, so I guess we're heading on back. We slinkied our way up here. Oh right, there's this next there's another big slinky puzzle in the next room, so we'll just do that puzzle instead. Oops. Alright, y'all, it's starting to really slow down. I don't have a lot of viewers right now, and the super chats aren't really coming in, so I'm probably going to wrap this up pretty soon. Oh, so that's how this challenge works. Okay. Damn it, I didn't get enough momentum that time. I will defeat this challenge. Fuck. Yeah, I'm thinking if there's not another rant request by the time I cross this screen, I'm just gonna call it a night. I don't know if those vines are gonna stop me either. Like, I don't know how much those affect the momentum of my jump. Fuck. It's really hard to like kind of get started. You kind of gotta gear yourself up for a second. There we go. Ah, so close. Fuck. Damn vines. Mamma mia. Fuck. That was my fault. I guess it's always my fault, but that was especially egregious, I mean to say. There we go. Alright, we did it. Thank fuck. There's not even a save screen here, so... Come on. Save room, please. That was hard. Please? Somewhere? Maybe? Nearby? Save room? Blocks? Damn it. Ugh. Okay, I didn't realize that was going to be a tiny little precision hole I had to jump into. Okay, whatever. We're gonna call it there. There was a save point near enough. That wasn't actually that hard. Goodbye everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.